I know this may surprise everyone, but everyone has stress. Our next guest is the founder of the Stress-Free Revolution movement, as well as a multi-book author and world-renowned speaker on these topics. So please welcome Dr. Kiran Dintyala, also known as Dr. Calm. Dr. Calm is much easier to say. How did you come up with Dr. Calm as your name?
Thanks, Kelly. So it was many years ago, I think 2012, when I was writing my first book. I attended a conference, and then the speaker asked the audience, each one, to stand up for 30 seconds or so, introduce themselves. And I did so. And during the lunch break, a few people came to me, "No wonder you are teaching stress management. You are so calm, even though you just spoke for 30 seconds. And this phenomenon kept happening, whether it is with patients, at conferences, wherever I am. And one day I was thinking, what is good for my brand? Dr. Stress. It doesn't sound good. So I think Dr. Khan should be the one.
I like it. Now, you have said that stress is a pandemic bigger and worse than COVID. Why is that?
Look, we all know that COVID has affected very badly, and it's a terrible pandemic, no doubt about it. Millions of people were affected. But actually, if you look at stress, billions of people get affected. Anytime I go do a seminar, ask people, raise your hand. 99% people raise their hands, no matter which part of the world. And if you look at the statistics, billions of people, the world is right now around like 8 billion. It used to be 7.6. Now, even if you take half the people I'm talking about, 4 billion, at least moderately to severely stressed. And stress is not simply a psychological problem like what people think. As a physician with more than 15 years of experience, I can say that stress is very physical. Not only that, it causes, for example, suicides. Almost 1 million people die every year because of suicides. 300 million, close to 300 million people in the world suffer from depression. On top of it, heart disease, cancer, hypertension, diabetes, all these are associated with stress. 80% of chronic problems, chronic medical problems, diseases are associated with chronic stress. It's there everywhere, all pervasive. That's the reason I say it's a pandemic far bigger, but it is an elephant in the room that is being ignored.
So you say that stress is the silent killer. Why?
Yeah. Because COVID killed people. It was very dramatic. But stress, this chronic stress, slowly seeps into our lives. And it is associated with the 5 leading causes of death in the United States and many parts of the world. Like I said, heart disease. I have known many patients who have heart disease, heart attacks, because of stress. There is also a very specific term called stress cardiomyopathy, or Takotsubo cardiomyopathy to be a little fancy. And their heart balloons up when they are stressed out. It leads to heart failure. Not only heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, because stress hormones, cortisol, makes your diabetes get worse. Norepinephrine, another stress hormone, makes your hypertension get worse. And it is associated with cancer, autoimmune diseases, accidents, addictions. If you look at all these causes for morbidity and mortality, like, the diseases that cause death and disease burden, right? Stress is associated with it. It is silently killing us.
So how can we combat stress? What is your answer for combating stress?
People often were given tips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What can you do? Deal with relationship stress. What can you do with financial stress? And those things are okay. Helpful temporarily, But what is needed is stress management education starting from kindergarten all the way to college.
Kindergartners are stressed?
Well, you need to start teaching good things to them right now, how to handle stress at that time, so that by the time they grow up, they already have coping mechanisms. The reason why billions of people are stressed in this world is because simply we don't get any kind of stress management training, whether at school or college or at work. Imagine you have to swim. And let's say someone threw you out into the ocean to swim. Mm-hmm. You're going to drown. The way to do it is teach a little bit in the swimming pool, master the art of swimming, and then go to the ocean.
So do you have a happiness formula?
Yes, just to help people with this, kind of start this training, no matter who you are, business owner, entrepreneur, a professional, a media person like you. There are simple things that one can do. What I say is, like you brush your teeth every day, like you take a shower, the same way, you need to spend at least 15 to 20 minutes a day learning stress management. I'll give you a metaphor, actually. What happens if you don't brush your teeth for the next few days? Of course, it is going to be foul smelling. Do you wonder why people's minds are foul smelling? Because they never brush their mind. All the negativity, the bad emotions get accumulated right from the childhood until now. And so you feel stressed.
So how do you do? What do you do in those 15 minutes? If we're only taking 15 minutes a day, what do we need to do?
I pondered about it more than a decade ago, how to make it easy for people. If I ask them to meditate for 1 hour, do yoga for another 1 hour, most people don't have time. So how can I condense what all I learned in a way that just 15 to 20 minutes, if you can spend, that can take care of 80 to 90% of stress in your life. And the result of that is the happiness formula. Yes, you heard me right. Formula.
Explain it, please.
Sure. So the happiness formula is 4, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Again, 4, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 4 stands for 4 forces that pull you out of despair, no matter what your situation in life. And this is proven again and again in not only my life, but many of my patients and clients' lives. So when you are in a pit of misery, sometimes situations happen in life, we are down there, depressed, hopeless. When you're in the pit of misery, when you use these 4 forces, you will see light at the end of the tunnel. You will come out of that misery, okay? That is the first thing to do. Mm-hmm. So these 4 forces are important for that. Then once you come out of it, the second is 2 pillars. 2 pillars to create a lasting foundation for peace and joy. Lasting is the key word, it's not a temporary fix. And those 2 pillars are innate health and resiliency. All right. Then the third component, like 4, 2, 1. The third component, 1, is a simple understanding about stress. A simple understanding. Once you realize it, I don't have to be stressed out about anything. Take it easy. I'm taking life too seriously. You just get that realization that stress is an illusion, like it is a dream that you thought it is terrible, but it goes away just like that. So that one understanding. So that is 4, 2, 1. And the second component is 3, 2, 1. 3 stands for 3 principles. Mm-hmm. 2 stands for 2 relaxation exercises. And 1 stands for 1 calming technique. I also call this 3, 2, 1 Dr. Calm's system for stress-free living. When you practice this 15 to 20 minutes a day, like you brush your teeth, like you eat, take a shower. Every day you maintain at least 2 hours to maintain this body every day. I'm saying just 15 to 20 minutes to maintain your mind.
15 to 20 minutes, that's what we need, and we can all be calm, just like you. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll be right back.